Hi. Other action figures each sold separately. From record the purr.
Jimmy, get the door. It must be Cousin Willie. Okay. Hi. What's up?
Ah, there we go. Something chill to watch. The following video is rated R and is intended for an adult audience. So if you're under 18, take a fucking hike, eh? As this video may contain adult themes and situations, strong language and opinions, good and bad advice, cannabis cultivation and consumption. So as long as you're a responsible adult, kick back, spark one up, and enjoy the show.
And quantum works.
Hi everybody, how's it going? CANNABEARD Grows here. How you doing? How you doing? Sorry, I'm a little bit late today. I should have been a little bit quicker here. Where's the oh, what the? Where'd the other chat go? Hold on a second. Some of the chat disappeared here. Let me see if I can figure out where it went. Laptop chat should be right here. Oh, nope, there it is. Okay, it's just hold on a second. Maybe it's set to refresh when I get the browser. Let's see here. It is. So there we go. We're going to refresh the current cache, but I'm going to dump it. There we go. So that should work from now on. Sorry about that. Happy Tuesday. How y'all doing? Let me know in chat what you're smoking on today. I'm always curious to what you're smoking on. Oh, I did not mean to put that on there for that long, but there is some sweet, no, is this sweet and sour? No. The wife has the sweet and sour. This is the CBD cheese, pardon me. CBD cheese, look at that. This is made from, you know what's really, really fun? This is made from trim. Check that quality out, that clarity of a sauce from trim. It's pretty impressive, I think. I mean, it's a it's a sauce. It kind of like moves and stuff. I put it on the heater for a second there. I was trying to melt it down. It was in a weird shape. I left it there too long. Whew. Oh, it is warm, man. I wish I had a... Well, what do I got here? I got a snowbank. Let me go stick it in the snow for like 10 seconds here. Right there. Into the snow. This should change its temperature pretty quick. I mean, it's kind of warm out here today, but yeah, that did it. That did it real quick. That made the glass nice and cold. All right, all right, all right. There we go. So, come on, close your dang door. There we go. So, first off, let's do an update about the worm bin. I'm going to give you a little itinerary about what I'm going to talk about here today. I'm going to try to start telling you all what the plan of the episode is so that you can check it out later. And maybe one of these days I'll put some timestamps one of these days if I ever get around to it. But for now, the first thing we're going to look at is I'm going to talk about the worm bin and the situation with that. Then we're going to get into the 3x3 and look at the freak show that's in flower, week 4 here. It's looking cool, man. And then we got to talk about the big 8x4. What's going on in here, what the plans are, etc. like that. But first off, before we get too far into it, whatever. Thank you, MARSHYDRO. This episode is sponsored by MARSHYDRO. I'm using MARSHYDRO tents and lights only in my grows. If you haven't noticed, you can use my name right here, CANNABEARD. Save yourself some money. Everybody likes saving some money, and you can see some of the results I've been getting. Like, I am a fan of these MARSHYDRO lights. They are pretty fucking cool, man. They've been doing very well. Leslie Affleck says, I thought you should know, Beard, I can no longer watch your YouTube chat loads, but its stream comes up as an error every time lately unless I'm using my phone on Chromecast. That sounds like a your computer kind of an issue. That seems like something maybe... I mean, maybe if other people are experiencing this, then maybe it is a problem. But my guess is maybe there's something wrong with your browser. Maybe try a different browser. I'm sorry that's happening. That kind of sucks. By the way, here, let me get up here and let you guys know who was first in chat today. Let's get that out of the way, and then we'll get on with the show here. So first in chat was Chris V. Ooh, Chris V. You have been head of the notification squad for a while there. Looks like what's his freaking name there? I'm drawing a blank. J-Win. Looks like you're gonna have some competition with Mr. J-Win. Yes, please subscribe. Like the video if you do. Anyway, let's talk about the worm bin. Here we go. So, as many of you know, I've had a worm factory that I used to keep. Oop, I'm tripping over the shit. I used to keep it under my desk here. This shelf, desk, table, whatever. It was slid under there, out of the way, out of mind. But the thing has been a gnat fly farm. It has absolutely been producing clouds of gnat flies and assorted fruit flies and other assorted undesirable airborne bugs. And I've done some things. I put some nematodes in there. I put some grub grenades in there. I've tried top dressing with diatomaceous earth. It was an absolute, what's the word I'm looking for here? It was gone past the point of like being able to really handle it. It was nearly time to do a nuclear attack on it. And that's what I did. I actually took the worm bin and I put it outside in the freezing cold. Now the worms will huddle up like this into a ball and create a worm ball, and they won't freeze to death. I do have the worm bin wrapped in some blankets, and I have a seedling mat underneath the worm bin, keeping the temperature below, or above freezing. So it won't go, the soil will not freeze, but that low temperatures will kill the living hell out of all of the undesirable, pardon me, I got a little bit of a mini burps here, pardon me. It will kill off all the undesirable, like gnat fly larvae, and that kind of thing. That was pretty much my main problem, was the gnat flies, as you seem to remember me battling in here constantly with these organics. And that was the problem, is it was just coming out of my bin. They were coming out of my bin, flying around, and every time I opened up a tent, they would go in there and lay some eggs and reseed my tents every fucking time. I couldn't keep up with it. All of the preventative measures I was doing in the world weren't keeping up with the influx of new egg-laying bastards, and I just couldn't keep up with it. So for now, the bin is outside. They're okay. I checked on the worms the other day. They're good. Not my browser. I have 3 and they all do it. I just got a brand new one. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry that's happening. That kind of sucks. I think it's time to have a dab. It's how long are we in here? Oh, we're 11 minutes in. It's definitely time to have a dab. Call in the bee. Dab time.
It's dab time. Dab time. Motherfucking
I gotta get that song back.
Dab time. Time to take a fucking dab
Whack
break.
of the song, everybody. I'll get it. It's funny that you say citric acid. I've tried that. Didn't work. I've tried so... Here's the problem. I was fighting a factory. I was fighting something that was creating them. So no matter how much due diligence I did on my tents, this room was producing new armies of gnatflies constantly, and I couldn't keep up with it. I just couldn't. So I had to destroy the source. The source was not going away. They were just going to keep sending waves of armies at me, and I could never win. Anyway, cheers. I've used everything under the sun, practically. Every standard gnatfly remedy, with the exception of mosquito dunks. I couldn't find any local mosquito dunks this time of year. It's not, everything's frozen. I've Dr. Zymes, the Eliminator. This is insecticide and fungicide. This is a, hold on, I need my reading glasses. I'd be getting old. There we go. The active ingredient, citric acid. Other ingredients, water, yeast, potassium sorbate. That's it. Citric acid in the bottle. And while this is a good instant killer of whatever's living in the soil, there was like I said, it's like it was, think about it like a castles. Like, these are my castles, and there's a war going on. They're constantly sending armies, waves of armies at me, and the problem was, there's a castle, and they're breeding soldiers. They would not stop. No matter how good of a job I did at eliminating everything, more will come, and more will reseed it. It was never ending. The only way to get rid of it was to destroy the source. Anyway, since it's been about a week since I've had that out of here, and I've seen, like, not much left for flies, man. And if by BT, I'm assuming you mean DT, diatomaceous earth, covered in, everything's covered in diatomaceous earth, I'm telling you. I have been doing my due diligence on every fucking level, including to a point of probably fucking up a lot of the biological life that's growing within my living soil beds. I probably destroyed a bunch of their life, which is unfortunate. Also, I need to give myself a dab count there. Boink. 1 dab. Anyway, so that's what's going on with the worm bin. It's outside. The worms are alive. Oh, you mean BT? I know what you're talking about. It's a bacteria thing. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know what you're talking about though. It's the bacteria in the mosquito dunks. Yes. You can actually get that. One of the local seed and farmer supply places has that in a concentrate, and I might get that anyway just to have it in my arsenal because some of this shit didn't work. Anyway, let's get on with the show, the freak show. Yeah. Okay. Whoa, just about lost my freaking stand. Just about fell over. There we go. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Let's switch cameras here. Does that work? What the? Why isn't it working? Hold on a second. There we go. Come on now. Deactivate this camera. Reactivate this camera. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Let's unplug it. Plug it back in at that source right there. And then we're going to follow it up here. We're going to unplug it here. Plug it back in. Now we're going to deactivate it. And then we're going to reactivate it. There we go. There we go. Cool. Okay, it took a second, but we got it. We got it. Camera was being finicky. Let me turn down the intensity of the lighting. It just makes it easier on the camera. But here's what's growing on in here. Week 4 of flower on the Freak Show. It is some weirdest fucking leaves I've ever seen in my life. But absolutely stacking up with little bud nugs everywhere. Look at all the little spots. It's kind of cool to see the bud flower formations. There's a lot in here. Part of what we're going to do today is get in here and defoliate this a little bit. This is a bit crazy. There's a bit too much in here. Too much center mass for my comfort. So we're going to come through here and we're going to clean this middle and lower out a little bit. The lower is pretty good, but we can clean a little bit more up there. Just a little bit more on the lower and a little bit of the... Not much, to be honest. I don't want to fuck with it because this is one of the benefits, I think, of this strain. Because each one of these leaves is so fragmented, light can penetrate through each leaf quite well and get to the thing below it without being shaded as heavily as like a full leaf would, like that, right? Like it's just not the same kind of shading. So I honestly don't need to defoliate it on the same level as you would a normal strain. The music's a little bit much. Is it a bit high? The music is a little bit much. It's hard to tell. All right, let me dink it down just a 5% notch, and we'll see how that goes again. It's in between songs, so it's quiet for this exact moment. And I've been using a time-lapse camera to watch these things grow, and it's spectacular. Oh God, it's going to be a beautiful video. It is quite a thing of beauty. Quite a thing of beauty. And by the way, this is a 3x3 tent, and this is, once again, yes, this is a MARSHYDRO tent, and I'm using a MARSHYDRO light. This is the FC3000, this bad boy. It's an amazing single plant light. I mean, you can pop a couple of plants underneath a couple of these or something, or maybe even a couple under this one if you had the right small kind of autoflowers or something. But man, this is a skookum little light. And I do have it turned down to the lowest right now, about 10%, if you can believe that. But yeah, that's what's growing on in here. And like I said, I want to stick this right about here, and I want to go through and just trim a little bit of this. I'm going to move this camera out of the way. I'll reseat it after there. What is that lens? It is, do I still have one of the packages out here? No. This is one of those, this is the brand right here. This is an ATLI stop motion camera. This is a rubber... Here, I'll move it. Whatever, I'll have to fix it afterwards. But this is literally just a rubber shielding thing, so you can put it up against... You can stick it up against glass or something like that, and you won't get a glare, but it also stops the glare that was coming in from the lighting above. It gives just a bit of shielding for the lens and stuff so that it's not like directly exposed like that, and that there can be glare coming in. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was just a little rubber attachment that came with this camera. Anyway, let me just let's move it out of the way a little bit. Okay. You know what? Let's have a quick dab here first, and then we'll get into the little bit of defoliation here. It is not $400. I paid $150 for it. If you go check out my time-lapse video that I did with that, or the unboxing for it, there is some... there is links to it and stuff, but it was only, if you catch it on sale, I paid $150 for it. Normally I think they're 200 Canadian. Still not that bad. Red hot, baby. Let it cool down. See, it was red hot. Let it cool down. Let it cool down a bunch. Wave it around in the air. Get it cooler. You don't need it to be as hot as you think you do. I tell you, most of you people are smoking. You guys are dabbing way too hot. I'm going to prove it here soon, but stay tuned. Temperature video coming out one of these days. There, how is the music now in comparison? We got some actual loud-ish beat. Anyway, let's grab me a stool here. Switch cameras. Bink. So here, I'll show you a quick little close-up again here before we get into it. A couple people are asking. They're weird-looking buds, man. Very bright yellow on the hairs and stuff. It's been kind of oops, there we go. It is kind of fun to look at. Hold on, let me see if I can. The autofocus is being trash right now. There we go. At any rate, that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. God damn, this thing is... You know what? I'm going to unplug this thing and just get it right the fuck out of my way. It is totally in my way, and it won't move, so let's just move it. Okay. Get this cable off of here. There we go. One more thing here to put some... Just a spot to put any leaves and junk that I'm going to grab. So I'll try to bring it in here for some close-ups, but then I'm just going to sort of go to town and you can kind of see what I'm doing. But prime example here is like, here's a leaf. I'll try to angle it like this so you don't get a glare from the top like that. Anyway, here's a leaf that we don't need, so we're going to take that off. And honestly, there's a lot of stuff underneath here. Uh-oh. Fuck. God damn, this camera fucking froze on me, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Fucking hell. This fucking camera. Ugh. Okay. Hold on a second. At least I seen that it froze right away. At least that was a good thing. Okay, hold on. I'm going to mount it on the tripod here so it can't fucking... the problem is I'm stepping on the there's like an extension cord for the USB here, and I keep fucking stepping on it, and every time I touch it, it fucking freezes up and shit. Because my cable's not fucking long enough because this camera sucks. And it doesn't come with a proper cable. Anyways, give me a half second here. Just gotta go to this one, deactivate it, reactivate it. Should be fine now. Yep, there we go. We're good. We're back in business. And I can't step on the cable now because it's fucking jammed up inside the tripod. So hopefully I can't even bump this bastard here. Let me see here. That's probably gonna fuck it up now that I touched it here. No, maybe not. Okay, here we go. Let's just keep it in one spot for a little bit here so I can do what I gotta do. And I'll just lower the camera a little bit like this. Anyway, there is some lower garbage down here. Fuck, I can't do this on camera. This is really hard to get down in here. I need to sit on a different stool. I can't reach down under here. I can't see shit, and I can't show. Wanted to today. So I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna do, and then I'm just gonna do it later. How about that? So there is, come on camera, fucking point where I want you to fucking point. Oh, I'm struggling here, folks. I'm sorry. There's a lot of this underlarf down in here that, like, this doesn't need to be here at all. There's a couple of, like, small buds, like, down in here that I don't want to put any energy to. Like, there's these little tiny armpit buds all in these little crooks and nannies down here. And we don't need them. They're not going to produce enough to bother. So I'm just going to rip these little mini nugs off of everything. Now, ooh, that's got a slight, somewhere between sex and a lemon. I know that sounds really weird, but maybe it's just BO on my finger or something. I don't know. It smells weird though. It smells very interesting, this bud. Very interesting. Like, there's kind of lemony, but kind of BO-ish too. I don't know. Weird smell. Very cool though. I like it. That's kind of a weird thing to say, but I guess I do like it. Anyway, see, here's the leaves like this. They are bizarre ass looking leaves. Hardly looks like a fucking leaf. Anyway. Yeah, I can't really do this the way I had hoped. Ugh. Yeah, this stool fucking sucks. And I can't reach underneath there like I'd wanted to, so whatever. I'll just put this, fuck's sakes. Yeah, nothing's working for me today. Let me pin this thing and move it. There we go. I'll deal with this shit after. I can't do it on film though. But it's just that it's jammed full. You can see all of there's so many little buds in here that some of these need to be cleaned up just a little bit to give it the best chance at life. But man, there is a lot of bud in here. I'm excited for this fucking weird, freaky fucking strain, that's for sure. Man, I'm sorry I couldn't get in there. That was just, you know, the camera's fucking up. I can't reach it. It's hurting my back trying to get under there. Fuck it. It's not a real big deal anyway. Okay, put the glasses back on here. Come back over here. Those leaves are fucking weird. Here, let me grab one up here and I'll show you up nice and close. See, there's some of those fucking hard shadows I was talking about in Discord. But you can see the structure of the leaf, right? And how each leaf normally has this shape that we all know. It goes jaggy, 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 like that. Do I got anything handy? No, I don't. Anyway, you know what I'm saying, right? How the normal cannabis leaf shape goes. It has that nice pod shape with the jaggies. Well, every single jaggy on each of those leaves has separated into a single leaf stem by itself. Fucking bizarre. Yeah, this looks like a freaking bush. Each one doesn't even look like a fucking cannabis plant. It's so weird. Hopefully it tastes pretty good. Do you got any UK cheese? It would go really nice with all that winning. It sure would. I love UK cheese. It's a wonderful strain. How about we get high instead? That's a great idea. Let's all freaking have a puff. When I say it's dab time, I want you all to know it's not necessarily just dab time. I do kind of bring this up, but dab can be anything. Have a toke, have a drink of your coffee, whatever, man. I don't mean to say that you have to have a dab. The rabbits do love all the trimmings. However, I'll say this. Those leaves, the leaves are kind of okay, but I wouldn't feed my rabbits bud. And I generally don't give them much trim during flower. Because I have worm bins that can take care of the flower. I don't care if the worms get a little bit of fucking THC in them. But I don't... For some reason, I don't want to give my rabbits too much THC, but I give them all the trim that they can eat when it comes from veg into early flower, for sure. I gave my rabbits a whole freak show plant each. When I cut down those plants that were in there... Wow. Oh, that was a big dab. Whew. When I cut down the freak show plants, the rest of them, minus the one that we kept, I gave both rabbits a whole plant each. And I let them go to town on it. Because they chew on the stalk and stuff. It's good for their teeth. And Fluffy Ferret says, thanks for showing the freak show. Hey, anytime. I wonder if the rabbits would get you high if you eat them. No, because apparently rabbits can't absorb THC on the same way that our bodies absorb THC. It was kind of a rumor, but there was sort of this hippie notion that if you feed rabbits nothing but water and weed, like THC-laden weed, bud and old flower and stuff or whatever, and just fresh flower, that they would poop out hash pellets because they can't absorb THC, so they would concentrate the weed into little pellets, and their poop would basically be hash because all of the food that's going in them is pot and water, that's it. So they will pee and poop hash. Again, theory, I would never fucking do it. I think it sounds disgusting. It's funny to talk about, but I'm not that desperate. Even as an experiment, I'm not going to put my rabbits through that. They have a good balanced diet. Interesting thought, but yeah. So you'll have to baste them with weed butter in the oven. Yes. You absolutely would have to base your stewed rabbit in your own cannabinoids if you want them to get medicated versus infusing it into the meat. Okay, so now on to what's going on with the Mars 4x8 here. Currently it is still empty. It has been emptied, and I went full wasteland death mode in there. I'll show you what I did. This cable's got enough length. I should be able to come over here and show you this. Oh, right, lights off even. So I have uprooted all of the things in here. There's 1, 2, 3 of these 10-gallon pots. There's this big pot. And that's it right now. So, what I'm planning on doing is I need to finish cleaning this place out. Because here, let me tilt the camera down a little bit more here. There, hopefully that's good. As you can see, maybe can you see that on the camera? Here, let me take a look. Yeah, you can kind of see it. in the bin around the square mid section there, you can see diatomaceous earth. There's dirt on the floor. There's diatomaceous earth on the floor. There's diatomaceous earth in the topsoil of everything in here. I diatomaceous earthed everything in this tent and turned off all the fans to make sure that nothing survived. I just stopped watering it. It's been 2 weeks, no water in here. There's no air movement. There's no heat. It's cold in here. It's always like 60. This is not a happy zone for bugs right now. So that's what I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it this bug death zone, that if they go in there, they're gonna fucking die, which is exactly what's happening. Nothing's surviving in here. I was farting around looking in the soil this morning, and I found nothing living in here. So it's a death zone. That's perfect, I guess. That being said, I have 3 10-gallon pots, the round ones that you see in front of you, and that center pot, which is 35 gallon. That is all I have in this current tent right now. And honestly, that's not enough. I could probably get away with two big 10 gallons per side and 2 in the center, in that center pot, and call it a day for 6 plants in here. But I don't know if I have, I know I don't have another 10 gallon just chilling right now. The other 10 gallon, the fourth one, is in the MARSHYDRO, the Freak Show. The Freak Show is in the other tent here, the 3x3. So I'm either going to try to get 2 5-gallon pots in here, or I'm going to try to get another big fat wide 10 gallon, similar size or similar something, and bring it on. So what I want to grow in this next run is I've been doing a lot of experimenting, and I need some fucking meds coming up soon. I gotta make sure I've got my shit taken care of. So I'm gonna grow a couple of things for me. Number one, I'm gonna grow some LAC, my absolute favorite, LA Confidential. Y'all know it. Y'all heard me talk about it, brag about it. Good stuff, good stuff. I will... Man, I just fucking lost my train of thought. I'm full stoned and lost my train of thought. What the hell was I saying? Oh, LA Confidential, that's right. LA Confidential will be grown this next time, and I want to try out, what is it? Cherry Kush CBD. That's what it's called. Cherry Kush CBD. It is a very cherry flavored 1-to-1 CBD strain. And I really, really, really want to hope that it's the strain I'm looking for. And I'm going to clone it. Here's the thing. This is part of the experiment for this next thing. I will set up a small little tent here somewhere for a cloning tent. For me, I've got a cloner. I forget what the hell it's called. Clone something. I got a little cloner box. I need to add a new bubbler for it and get some new plugs for it, but I've got a clone thing. Anyway, I want to clone some of that CBD Cherry Kush because I've only got limited seeds of it, and I'm pretty sure it's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to do some cloning. I haven't done much cloning on the channel in about a couple of years. Figured it's time. And it's something that I'm going to want to propagate a lot of because, again, I don't have many seeds. So that might be something I'm going to do with this next run. I'm thinking about running those 2 on either side and then just something fun in the middle here. I don't know quite what. It's got to be something kind of small. I don't know. Any advice for big yields? Good strains, a good part. Advice for that is good strains make for good yields generally. Genetics. I've said this a lot of times, and I think I stand by it. I feel like it's a true statement. You can grow better weed with mediocre equipment and really good genetics. Uh-oh. Battery's almost low. Here, hold on. There we go. I didn't realize I wasn't plugged in. Shit. There we go. Now I'm plugged in. You can grow better yields and qualities with really good genetics and mediocre equipment than you can with the best equipment in the world and trash genetics. Think about that for a second. That's true. At least I think it's true. Reverse a clone? Ugh. Nah. Milo New Adventure says, where am I? I don't know. Where the heck are you? You're on an adventure somewhere. Yeah, genetics is like the first thing you need to spend. Okay, there should be like a tier list of where you should put your focus when starting grows, when new growers and stuff. Where should you put your focus? Should I be worried about an expensive tent? Do I need an expensive fan? Do I need an expensive watering computer? Do I need an expensive light? Where can I cheap out? Can I buy a cheap tent and a big light, or should I buy a good tent and a cheap light? What's the best combo? And I'll tell you right now. Number one, always spend the most of your money on a light. You can use the cheapest bullshit fucking Mickey Mouse tinfoil tent in the world. If you got a really good light, you'll grow some good weed. Tent doesn't fucking matter. Buy the cheapest piece of shit tent you can. Vivo, son. Or just buy a MARSHYDRO right here with my code. Check these out. These are good middle of the road tents. They get the thumbs up from Beard. But it should be like this. You should worry most about your lights, your genetics, and your nutrients. Then you can start worrying about more things like ventilation, and tents are down the list, man. Tents are below ventilation. I would rather put more money and buy like an acinfinity, one of these sexy fans, and put a cheap ass tent any day of the week. Any day of the week. No one talks about Zeta's mom. Oh, was somebody talking about Zeta's mom? I think I want another dab. Did I? I hope I counted that last dab. Did I? Can anybody, who's keeping track? Is any of you keeping track? Am I behind on my dab count? I get stoned and you get behind on my dab count often. Here, I need to give me a drink of my Arizona iced tea. Not sponsored. Just drink a lot of it. Hey. Do I have any personal favorites that I've dealt with? In what respect? Personal favorite what? Are you talking about genetics? Lights? Tents? Fans? Probably genetics, because that was sort of what I was talking about, but let me know what the heck you were talking about there, Yorkshire farmer. Lewis. Dab time, send in the bees.
It's dab time, motherfucking dab time, time to take a fucking dab break.
There we go. Really burn off the chaz as much as possible. Get that fucker red hot. Burn off as much of that carbon as you can. Keep your bangers as clean as you can. They're only going to last so long. Eventually you're going to have to fucking scrape it clean and burn it clean and eventually just replace it. You can only clean it so long and eventually they look all dirty and poopy. That's all there is to it. Genetics. I'm a big fan of, for autoflowers, big fan of Mephisto genetics. These guys right here, very, very, very good stuff. I've got a really good relationship with a seed bank here in Canada by the name of Coastal Mary. They've got a bunch of different genetics, a lot of which are really good. I can't vouch for everything, but I haven't had any complaints from myself or any of my grow team or or viewership that I'm aware of, or very, very little complaints. I'll be transparent. I mean, shit happens, but no complaints really, because the company takes care of. They had a problem a long time ago with some seeds not germinating very well, and you know what? They took care of it. It was a good company. They stand by their word. So they got the absolute full support of Beard and family for sure. That's Coastal Mary Seeds, by the way. And you can use my code. I'm not totally sponsored by them or anything, but you can use my code CANNABEARD25. Save yourself 25%. That's 25. CANNABEARD25. Save 25% off their shit. They're pretty good. Also, ILGM, I Love Growing Marijuana. It's a US-based seed company. They got a lot of fucking strains, and people love them. I don't know, man. People definitely like. I definitely know I need to get a hoot onto the counter. There we go, for that last one I did. People like the ILGM. There's a lot of good companies out there. I mean, there's a lot of... Just stay away from Mickey Mouse, like, things that you've never even heard of, or, like, weird little companies that... I hate to say that, like, have shitty logos or something, but... Because, like, honestly, Mephisto has kind of a shitty-looking logo. And they're top-notch shit. So, packaging is not everything. That's for damn sure, man. Jeep Mad's got ILGM in his tent right now. Irish Fletch just bought a 5-pack from Coastal Mary. I've been growing lots of Coastal Mary genetics for the last couple of years since they popped up as a business. It's an old buddy of mine that started the business, and he's doing awesome. And I mean, beyond the fact that I know the dude that runs it, like in the real world and everything, I mean, I'm still, if he was a chump, I wouldn't support him, and he's absolutely no chump. What he's doing is awesome, and I fully support it, man, for real. Let me see here. What else do we got to talk about today? So I got to clean this tent, is what's going on. I got to clean this tent, and I got to add a couple more pots. And that's about it. And then I can start a new grow in there. I'm just delaying it because I'll tell you what. You know what's been nice? Not having fucking a whole bunch of plants growing right now. I've actually been pretty satisfied not having a whole bunch of tents going. There's something going on here with my... Oh, it's not mine. Okay. That's what happened. You know you're stoned when you forget to take the lid off. Shit. So yeah, I'm gonna get either, I'll see what I can find at my local grow store, see what they got for pots. If they got some big pots, I might have some room for it. Otherwise, we're just gonna go some like 5s or 7s at most. And I might even have some around the yard. I'll have to go take a look. Some things are buried in snow, some things are in the greenhouse, but the greenhouse's door is buried in snow and ice right now, so I can't get into the greenhouse. That's about it, though. I don't know what else to say. That's about the show for you today, folks. So, thank you very much for hanging out here. Yep, please subscribe if for some weird reason you're not subscribed already. Hit that like button while you're down there poking buttons and stuff like that. Leave a comment if you've got an opinion on my shit and you really want me to see it. I can't always read every comment in chat. I do my best, but the reality is, if there's like 60 people in here and like half of you are talking, I can't even read half of that. So, I do try to read and skim read and try to answer questions and stuff like this when I see them. But if you really need me to see a question, down below here, right beside the happy face, is a little show your support for CANNABEARD. And you go up there and you can do a support sticker or a super chat. And that makes a thing pop up on the screen and make a sound and a noise and highlights your message. And I think they start as little as like $1 or something like that. It's a way that you can support the channel and highlight a message that you can guarantee that I'm going to hear and notice and come and take a look at and read out loud. Just say it. You don't have to do it. It's just it's an option in case you're really trying to get a hold of me and I'm fucking missing your words over and over and over again. A buck will do it. I'll notice it. And I'm not saying that I don't try to miss anything. I honestly do. But as I get more popular and these streams have more and more people live on them, I can't always keep up. Also, you can just post comments below after the fact in the comment section, and I read them all. I don't always answer them all. If you're an asshole, I kind of don't answer it. But if you have a valid question or something, I'll answer it. I will. I take the time to read fucking everything. For real. Thank you very much, everybody. Smash that like button. Do those things I was just talking about, those YouTube actions. I'd much appreciate it. Check out some of my other channels or my other videos. And, well, I got channels too. I'm on Twitch. I've got another channel on YouTube here. I've got a whole nother channel on YouTube, if you guys didn't know that. CANNABEARD Gaming. That's right. I got a whole fucking gaming channel. It's been there for years. I just renamed it to the CANNABEARD brand. But I got a gaming channel, that's right, and I do post there once in a while. So go check that out. CANNABEARD on Twitch. CANNABEARD grows on Instagram. That kind of stuff. Thanks for the support, everybody. I'll do a new support video here real soon because I got some new members, new channel members to thank in the video. So new channel members video coming up here soon. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Peace.
Mm-hmm.